Okay, I believe we are live again. So, welcome back. My name is Brian Penny, and this is Clubhouse Conversations. We are going through this week and reviewing all of the Creator First pilots from the inaugural, they say, from Clubhouse for their audio revolution. And I am the one person, I'm the editor and owner of Clubhouse Conversations on Substack and Reddit, and I'm the one person who attended all 51 of the pilot finalists. And that includes the 20 that are shown here, or 25 that are shown here, along with about 400 other creators that were involved that were not selected and paid for anything. And so what I'm doing now is I did all the live blogs and reviews in the moment while they were going on, send them out to the creators, to the Clubhouse staff. Everybody agreed that this is okay. And now I am going over and doing video reviews and commentary of my IP on the blogs. So today we are going over Lila Donnolo. I'm going to say her name wrong a million times on this one, but Horizontal with Lila is the name of the show that she's doing, the podcast that she's doing. Now, this is a podcast. If you go to the link below, I've got this review up there, the link for that, and then I've got the link to the full report card for the Substack, the Reddit, the subreddit, and also for Lila's Patreon, which you can join. She's got 6 different levels that you can join on there. Each one of them will support her in different ways of subscriptions that are way better than anything that you'll get through through Clubhouse payments, and also you will be able to see her podcast and everything that she's been doing, see what she's doing. This is stuff that you don't have to be on Clubhouse for. You can find Lila anywhere. So this pilot was interesting because there was a couple different things that were going on. One was that it was double booked. This one was one of several shows that the creators, it turns out the creators were scheduling things themselves, so they just kind of scheduled over each other, and that's kind of what they did. They weren't paying attention. This was all very unorganized. And so this one was double booked with the other finalist, Taryn Southern, who did the Sex, Drugs, and Magical Thinking. And I was only able to go to each one of them for half an hour. I mean, everything I only went to for half an hour because of this, because of the double bookings. And so this is the one that I came in late. I came late. It's funny. I love this blog. This one is fun for me to read because like the whole time what she's doing is she's a lot of things. She's an actress. She's a yoga teacher, a trained yogi. She's a lot of different things, and she used to work as a phone sex operator, and so she has a very good phone sex voice, and she talks about a lot of the issues around sex. Basically, she talks about destigmatizing sex and how all of that is even stigmatized in the first place. The whole room is done very well. They all do their PTR art, which, I mean, if you go back to yesterday's Clubhouse Conversations on the Substack or YouTube, you can see where we explain how none of the graphic designers ever get any love for this. But this was a great logo, great background. Somebody went through a lot of trouble to make this for everybody's pictures, and they did not get paid. Well, they might have by Lila, but not by Clubhouse for sure. They did not get respected by Clubhouse. And I believe a lot of these were her yoga friends and some of her friends that she's met through her life. She's on the East Coast, if I remember correctly, in New York area, and yeah, the whole mood in here was kind of it was because they've run like yoga studios. She understands how to create like a mood in the room, and so she was able to do that really easily. And you could tell she was smiling. That was something that a lot of the creators were not smiling when they talk. That was a big thing. I mean, you could tell night and day when somebody's smiling versus when they're not on the phone, especially like that is a huge thing that people can tell, like your mood of when you're on the phone from audio. And I mean, they did a really good job of leveraging all of that. This was a really great, I mean, she delivered on everything that she said she was going to deliver on. Essentially, I mean, it was sex positive. It was a positive environment. There was a lot of people that showed up from the community that shared a lot of stories. There was a point in there where she was asking everybody. Basically, what she said was that she would ask if you had ever masturbated during a Clubhouse room, but she knows that you're going to lie, and so she asked some other off way of saying, "Oh, who has the sexiest voice on Clubhouse that you would masturbate to?" Is what she had like changed it up to just to get people to say names because she knew that they wouldn't say the yes or no, honestly. And it was fun to like listen to everybody go through. There have been Leela herself lost. She started off that conversation by explaining where she got second place in some other room on Clubhouse for the looking for the sexiest voice contest to a guy, and I can't remember the guy's name, but like she pretty much bowed down to us that he had an extremely sexy voice. I'm pretty sure it was a guy, but a couple of the people they went through some of the people on stage. I want to say there's about a dozen people that were on stage or so, probably more than that. And it was fun. It was a good time. I started basically. I mean, this is halfway through a penthouse conversation and an actual review, but that's what she was going for. I mean, that's exactly what the point of that whole thing was. She is the next to the sex profiteers. Basically, she's the third because there's two of them of the sex industry related people that are on Clubhouse. Her job. I mean, she can just do whatever she wants. Basically, I mean, she's good. The other ones have to find sex workers basically in different ways that keep that interesting to keep interviewing, and then they have to learn how to interview them. That'll take them a while, but like once they actually, if they learn how to interview people and find the right people and do all the back end stuff that's necessary, they could earn that $5,000 a month that they got 10 grand total between them. But yeah, Leela's definitely got a good thing going. If Clubhouse is going to grow from here, it's going to be off the back of phone sex. I'll tell you right now, because they've destroyed every single every shred of trust that they had with every single other community. I don't see any other way that they're going to be able to get Clubhouse to get that to remain sticky, except for having just a bunch of old ass dudes, like desperate, thirsty guys going in there to jerk off to people like Leela, like going out of her way to like talk to them as sexy and do what she does, put them in a good mood. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. That's the world's oldest profession. I'm all for it, but I don't think that. I mean, sex workers have a huge issue with Clubhouse because of the privacy. This is why you don't see a lot of that stuff on there. Anyways, they have OnlyFans and other things because when you're a sex worker, you usually don't tell your parents, your family. Some of your friends might be from that industry. Some of your friends might be from your other life that don't know. And I mean, there's a lot of sticky situations. And when you go to a Clubhouse, you're automatically just like broadcasting to everybody, like anybody who's on your phone, who has you on their phone, basically, will show on there, and it'll start making all these connections that like. I mean, the way Clubhouse is built is worst possible honeypot for a sex worker. Like there are like 4 or 5 that are outward about being sex workers that I've talked to on Clubhouse, but like everyone else has got to be like super undercover. Most of them just avoid Clubhouse because it's not worth all of that. It's dangerous. They don't care. They didn't put anyone's security or privacy into any consideration. They just care about Paul, and sex workers are terrified. But I mean, Leela's good, so we will see how it goes. And until then, this is Brian Penny and from Clubhouse Conversations, and we'll see you next time.